these groups. Yeah, I signed up onto that.
Okay.
I did not get a chance to go through deeper, but I didn't go into some of those. But yeah, I didn't get nowhere. So
Yeah, it's not a very self-explanatory thing. So let me just take you through in like next 5 minutes about what
okay,
this is about. So once you sign in, and let me take you through this step by step. So let's say once you get in, you get to this page here,
right,
and there are primarily two tools on this web page right now, and our idea is to continue to build more and more tools that can help people like us, you and me, make smarter financial decisions. So the first tool is is this one, the combo tool, build combos.
okay,
I hope you can see that.
yeah,
It's
I can.
it's a very simple tool to use. What it does is lets you make decisions about what are the good ETFs, exchange traded funds, or mutual funds, to invest in on a month by month or a week by week basis if you're doing dollar cost averaging. And the way it works is that if you click this, okay, if you click this particular button, the analyze ETFs button, so let me go there, let me open it in a new page. So what it does is it takes you here, and here you can, so there are a bunch of ETFs here, and you can sort them with the stability or 5 years gain or 3 years gain or 1 year gain. So if you of course sort it by 1 year gain, then the ETFs that made the maximum gain in the last 1 year will be on the top. If you sort it by 3 years, it will change. If you sort it by stability, I find this list to be the best. It basically gives us a list where there has been consistent gains, sort of a linearity over both 1 year period, 3 year period, and 5 year period. And so what at least uh, uh, what I do for my dollar cost averaging things is that I just pick the stable ones which are reasonably high 5 year gains, and then pretty much invest in them every week or every month. Uh, so you can also create a combo. That's what the tool is about. So if you, for example, want to create a combo, so you will click this button, add, and I'm just using PSJ because it seems to be a good one. And then just create this combo, and maybe add one more. Let's add the healthcare one, IHI, and if you go there, so then you have this, and when you go to the this page, the build a combo page, you will have that summary available. So we added PSJ and IHI, and it gives you, it basically assigns by default 33% portfolio weight. For some reason Apple always remains there, so you can remove that. um,
Okay,
and then just once you hit analyze combo, it assumes that you are investing $1,000 every month, but you can change to whatever. And if you go down, it gives you a couple of summaries. The first summary that it gives you is that for the combo that you just made, which is half of PSJ and half of IHI, um, what are the gains returns in 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year period, considering that you are investing $1,000 every month. And you can change this number to whatever. Um, and of course, it compares you, lets you compare that against the index gains. So for example, whatever we chose right now by default tells us that over last 5 years, our gains, effective gains, would be 82% for this combo selection versus if you were just investing blindly in the SPY S&P 500 index. And then you get the number for 3 years comparison, and then you get the same number for 1 year as well. So you can go
Ash,
down. Yeah,
Ash,
yeah.
those percentage gains that you're talking about, those I'm assuming, like if you say 3 year number gave, that's on an annual basis, correct?
So no, that's not on annual basis, because 56% on annual basis will be like astronomical. Just to keep it
Right.
simple, what I have done
Okay.
is that this is the cumulative gain that you get, and
Got it.
I'm kind of making a
Got it.
simple interest computation formula so that
Okay.
because you are investing, let's say, money in January and some money in February, but you have to calculate gain percentage differently because on the second one you only get 11 months and the first one you get like
Okay.
4 months.
Second thing is when you say 1 year, are they like a trailing 12 months or are they a calendar year?
No, this is like till today. So
Okay, year to date.
yeah, so
Yeah.
trailing 12 months.
Okay.
And also, I think one of the things I saw there, does this take into consideration if there was a reverse split or stuff like that? Because I think when you scroll back, I saw you guys somewhere there.
Yeah, it mostly does, but there are some strange data here, and those things are. Let's open this one again. So you get UGAS, you also get some others. So there is some data problem as well. So for example, HYD, I think this is bad data, clearly on the first row. So you have to take into account if you see like this kind of data, there is some problem, and trying to fix them, but of course we have to ensure that we don't kind of mess it up totally by choosing a wrong one. So there are some wrong data points here. I think you guys there was a reverse split, so probably that's not part of the code
Multiple
yet.
times, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's that. And if you pick VXX, maybe that'll also give you some trouble. But by and large, it works reasonably, and then it's not something that you would do every day pretty much. So you will make a decision, and then you should probably stick to that decision for a year or so. So this is it's about consistently putting money in whatever combo you choose. For example, my combo, not my wife's combo is basically the IHI QQQ, which is the Nasdaq one, and I think a couple more. So you can do whatever, and then you can also save your combo. So before we go there, so you can also see portfolio progress.
I can't see your screen. I don't know if it's just me or.
Oh, you can't? Can everybody else see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Okay, maybe I'm doing something.
Okay, maybe you hit a button or something. I can try sharing again. Stop and start. So let me stop it and let me try and start sharing again. Where is it? Okay, can you see?
Yeah, I see it refreshing.
Okay. Is this visible now?
Just see the A. I don't know if it's a user on my part.
I can see you, Ash.
Okay.
You can. So probably, yeah, go ahead. I don't want to hold up everybody. So.
Okay, so you could go to on your own page, maybe you could go to build combos page, and there is a build a combo link there. So that's what we are talking about right now. Okay, so I just wanted to take you guys through this graph as well. So the portfolio progress graph, this one, and what this does is it has three lines. There is an invested money line, which is the orange one, and this it builds from 2008. I just took like 1st January 2008, everybody's favorite recession. And of course there have been many mini recessions along the way, some like last 4 months itself, and then February of 2018, which is probably here. So the orange graph is the invested money. Of course, you are assuming $1,000 every month. You could change that value here if you want, but let's keep it 1,000, and then scale will tell us. This particular grayish line is how that money would have, how your portfolio would have been if you were investing all that money into the index, the broad index. And the blue line tells you how that money would, how much your portfolio would be worth if you were using the combo that you just built. And so for this particular one that we built, we would have invested about 125K over last 11 years if we were investing $1,000 every month, and our portfolio would be worth 210 if it was just index, and it would be worth 340 if you were doing this and these ETFs. So that's the difference. So it makes a difference when there is a bull run going on. We move faster. Of course, the drawdowns also are a little bit bad, because you can see the peak here is 370, comes down to 320. So that's like a 15% peak to, let's see what's it's here. So 233 down to 196. Actually, the drawdown percentages are similar, because even in index you are 233 down to 196, which is about 15% ish. And here you were 368 down to 300, which is slightly more than 15, maybe 18%. So kind of a neat tool for you to do the math, and then you can change this around a little bit. Say, okay, you don't want 50-50, you want something changes. You can make those changes and it will do the math for you. Okay, I have to remove this for some reason. Keeps popping up. So then you can do this and see how that goes, and it will change the numbers. So 2:1. You could, I think this particular thing is not yet very well tested, but you could just search things here. If you add, hopefully it will work, and then it will add stuff right here. So you could also add stocks, not just ETFs. So you could add, let's see what, Amazon, okay. And it will just add it here, and then you can play around with these numbers. And then once you hit analyze combo, it will kind of normalize everything together to 100%. But of course, if you choose Amazon, and all your gains are going to go up, and the drawdowns are going to be bad. So you can create whatever, and then if you go down, you could save this combo. Let's say our combo or something like that on Jan 31st, and save it. And then what will happen is that you will find all those saved combos in view your combos page. So you could come back and say, okay, how did that look, and just click it here, and then you will get right back to where you were. So this is one tool that's useful for sort of a dollar cost averaging kind of thing that we have been using. So any questions before we go to the next tool, which is maybe more interesting than this one?
Hey, Ash, on this, so this is like a portfolio allocation tool, correct? For your ETFs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the portfolio weightage is done by the algorithm, what it does?
No, this is totally in your control. So this is basically an analysis tool.
Okay, so it's your flexibility depending on how much risk you want to take. Okay, got it.
Yeah. It just helps you analyze, and you can change these numbers here,
right,
and then reanalyze, and then look at the drawdown and look at the gains, and then make your best decision. So it's just an analysis tool, I would say.
Okay.
And you can have as many. I think you can change to 2,000. You can change to 10,000. Whatever. You can add stuff. You can create more and more combos, and then have them.
So it's not predicting anything in the future. It's just telling you what happened in the past. Correct?
Yeah. This is just a pure analysis tool. That's it.
Okay.
Based on the past. But then, I mean, I'm sometimes surprised by the insights that we get out of this. So I'll kind of let's look at what quite a reasonable insight that we got, like for a couple of friends. So they have been investing in the Nasdaq fund from Fidelity. Okay, and so I don't remember what it's called. So it was called Nasdaq something.
ONEQ.
Yes, ONEQ. Thank you. So they had been investing in ONEQ all the time. And if I search for ONEQ, let's see where it is. Here you go. So this has been the performance of ONEQ over last 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year period. And they were like, okay, I'm in a good fund, so no problem. But then once they compare it against QQQ, this is 2TQQ. So let's go to QQQ. You see the difference? Maybe we should add them to our new combo or something. So while we think that we are making a default good decision, but maybe the the way these fund managers charge investors fees or whatever is happening,
Yeah.
the same fund, at least the funds that are targeting the same bouquet, you may have a big difference. I mean, 86% versus 60%. So that's huge over 5 years.
Right.
So I mean, simple insights like that, they are easy to get on this, and this is primarily. I don't expect that you will be using this tool every day, but at least it makes sense if you are making some decisions once every quarter. Then it makes sense to use it and kind of go from there. Okay. So the next tool, the second tool, I think is way more interesting, at least if you are a trader or if you are a wannabe trader and you want to be like an active trader and so on. So, and that is about options trading. And that's a much more interesting tool. And you know, of course, interesting goes with the territory of fast movement, a lot of trading, etc. So what we have are three sets of algorithms, and I've given them some names. So the first column here is the mainline strategies, this one, and these are just some names. Let's, you know, algorithm 1 and algorithm 2. So these are different algorithms. All of them are different strategies for buying options. And then we do have a second column which is called booster pack strategies, and the third column which is called the turbo pack strategies. So each of those are basically three different types of option trading strategies, and all of them are about buying call options. So it's very important to understand that. So just to keep it simple for investors, we just, you know, have created something where you can buy call options. And if you go to a particular strategy, so let's go here and see how. Oh, okay. Seems I got logged out. So if you go here, let's go back. Then click this green bar, this one, that takes you to the your own strategy page, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. But let's first understand what's happening here. So what you see is you basically see a bunch of trades. So let me go down here. So you see a bunch of trades which are the structure of every trade is the number of call contracts that the algorithm is asking you to buy, what is the sticker, what is the strike price for that, and what's the target buy. So it tells you all that information, and then it also tells you the option expiry date that you have to buy. And of course, this came in yesterday, so this is the date of idea is January 13, 2019. And then here in this particular column, couple of things. So it gives you, let's look at this one. So it tells you the target sell price. So this is a sell target. It tells you the target stop loss, which is pretty much zero for me, because zero as in I don't put any stop losses, but let's go there later. And then it gives you status of the trade on a day-to-day basis. So once it's up, it's up. It'll be there forever. And so you have all these trades since if you go to the bottom of the page, it's like since January 2017. That's when I started putting it on the web. And then for every trade, you will get the status. So some trades you will see stop loss. I mean, you lost all your money, and then you will get, you know, some trades where you made money. And when you made money, it'll look like this. When was the sell target met? What was the profit? What was the contract sold for? And what were the total profit dollars, etc. You can also click this button here. I mean, this link here or this link here, and it'll take you to how that trade behaved on a day-to-day basis. So this was your buy date, which was $1.09, and this was where your sell target met, and it kept going up, of course. But your sell target was met way before that. So you can track your trades on a day-to-day basis as well. So that's the structure. Any question on the structure before we go into the total statistics?
Ash, I have two things. One, on the chart that you're showing, it shows the proposed entry price based on some criteria. And then it tells you the profit, assuming it goes in your direction, you hit your profit target. And I'm assuming the system will automatically trigger that based on, your order entry, type of order entry. And after the exit, is the chart still, does it still populate all the way to the expiration date of that contract, or it stops once you exit from the trade?
Yeah, the chart continues to populate till you go to the expiry. So let's look at this one. So let's look at this guy randomly. Let's look at this guy. So if you click here, your buy date was here, which was March, and the sell target was met here, but the chart continued to go all the way till. So it will be there all the time. And these order entries you will make with your broker.
And then the list of trades that are showing up. If you, like you said, if you have multiple strategies, it will show all of the trades that fall within that strategy, right? That they show up for you to act on.
Yeah, it'll show you all those trades. Okay, okay, for some reason it seems my internet connection is gone. Something happened. Yeah, okay. Maybe my son started playing Fortnite or something. Something happened there.
Fight for bandwidth, Ash.
Okay, so Subhash, I'm sorry, you were asking something, and
what I was saying was the list of trades that you showed. I'm assuming that if you had 2 or 3 strategies that you pick from your list, all of the trades that qualify for those strategies would pop up, right, for you to act on?
Yes, and so this green page here, hopefully now you can see my screen.
Right.
So this link here is a combination of the strategies that you will get.
Got it.
And so to keep it simple, what you could do is that you could go to your account information page and click investment settings, and let me click that for you, and then just go a little bit down, look at this region, and you have some default settings to use by default. This is just, let's say, a dummy's guide to the settings. So if you click one of these, so for TurboPax, if you're interested in that, if you just click here, you get all the good default TurboPax strategies, TurboPax settings. So you can change it. So you can change whatever you want, but this is a good start point. And once you have those things set, you can go to the TurboPax My Strategy page, and for that combination, you get all the information in one place. So that's how it goes. And so for all these trades that we saw, it also gives you sort of a broad brush statistics on the top of the page. So this is the total number of trades. This is the average profit per trade. The win ratio, which is 54% of this number. And out of that, it also tells you how many meet the 100% profit target, because that's what you had set in the settings. And then creates the same information in sort of a graphical sense. So out of 1,382 trades, 743 were winners, 639 you lost your money. On these 743 trades, you made $259K, and $130,000 you lost. And this is sort of profit made over time graph. So you had started in January 17, and then how it went from then to now. The interesting part is this part, right? Because we are coming out of that, hopefully. And so you can see that in September-ish, when the market peaked a little bit, this was 129K total, and right now it is 129. So there is no huge drawdown if you continue to play. So that's a big plus, I think, of using TurboPax with the default strategies. So it is It's a lot of trades. I would say 1,300 trades, or maybe not if you are a very active trader, but 1,300 trades over 2 years. For some people, it's too much. For some people, it's not. It's okay. But that's what these trades are about. And these are all, remember, these are all call options. So there is no complication here.
Right.
I would maybe like to hit another little nugget because that's kind of important. So let's look at this trade. This is a kind of a funny trade, and that will tell you how this data is kind of way more realistic than just numbers. So for example, for VTR, this trade came up on January 23rd. Okay. And I think when it came up, the target buy price on the before the market opened, because these trades they come up the night before. So for example, for tomorrow, the trades will be populated on the web page today, and therefore the market may open up or down for that ticker. So when this trade would have come, if you just notice the target buy price, it's 55 cents here. But I think when the trade came, this would have been 43 cents on the night of that trade. And the why I know it's 43 cents is because I can look at this number and we know that the target sell price is kind of double of the target buy price in the settings that we are using. So this is 86 cents right here. This is the target sell price column, and this would have been 43 cents. But then the market opened differently, it seems. So what I do is that I kind of use the closing price of next day as the time when you executed the trade. And it could be less or more, but it's much more realistic from that perspective. So this one, it's saying that you closed it at 55 cents. Although I personally know that I closed it at a much lesser because this trade moved through the day. I think I bought it at 30-ish cents and then closed it higher. But what the web page is doing is it looks at the data again for all the trades that appeared yesterday. And then this is your worst case execution price for the trade.
I see.
While you still keep the sell target, and if you bought it at 55 and then if you had put a limit order on 86 cents, this would have been closed in like on January 29th with 64% profit. So that's it's very realistic from that perspective. You know, it's not just a simulation, it's real data for trade execution.
So all of the trades are not, the recommended entry and the exits are not 100%. Right?
The exits are, so exits are always basically 100% off on the day when you see it. But the way you would do it is, so for example, let's look at this trade. This trade, or let's look at this one. I think this is today, the WEC trade. So this trade, what happened was, it came yesterday at 68 cents.
Okay.
And the sell target is 136, which is just double of 68. Now, today I know for a fact because I closed this trade. I got it for, I think this one is probably at 98 cents or something now. So tomorrow, when the web page updates through the night, it'll kind of assume that you closed it today at the close of business or close of the market. And this number will change to 98 cents. But then your sell target remains 136. So you don't double your sell target from 98. And you place the limit order at 136. And if it goes to 136, this will update the sell target met.
So basically what you're saying is the first buy target that the system generates and the exit price is 100%, but depending on underlying, if it moves, fast, and if it moves up, then all of a sudden, depending on the directional underlying, the second chance you get to make the buy will be at a different price, because one is recommendation, one is live. That's why.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So this is basically the live price. After a day, it's the live price. The worst case live price.
Not intraday. Yeah.
Not intraday. Just the close of it. So for example, this one, COF, this is Capital One. So this came in at 78 cents, but this went down today, and I closed it at I think 60 cents or something. Now, even in that case, you would keep the sell target at 156 and then just forget about it after buying it. Put a limit sell for 3 months and that's it.
So do you, like in a case like that, I mean, I know it's based on individuals, whatever their targets are. Like a COF, you got in at about 60 cents or so, right? On the call, you bought the long call. Even though the sell target, is going to be more than 100%. Do you generally exit when it hits 100%, or are you just stuck on the $1.56 number?
So, I mean, there is a minor difference, but whatever it is, it's better to be consistent. So if you are sticking to the sell price, just stick to the sell price always, sell target always from the web page. Or if you're going for 100% or 50% or whatever that number is, you should stick to that. So consistency is better. I'll tell you what the web page assumes. The web page assumes that you are selling, your sell target limit is set at price in this column. It doesn't matter at what price you entered it.
Okay.
So the way I execute the trade is I get in towards whenever I get time, typically 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And so if I get in the trade, if it has run like 100% or something, I don't get in. But if it's like 5% up or 10% up, I don't care. If it's down, I don't care either. So I get in, and then after the order is filled, I put in a limit sell for this target.
That's locked in. Yeah.
That's logged in, and I just forget about it. So if it kind of opens up with a gap up, you will always get a better price. If it slowly goes there, you will get exactly this price, but either way, it's fine.
Got it. Thank you.
So I think there was somebody who was saying that they are in here for the first time. So I hope it's not too much information, but this is what the two tools are about. If you have questions, please shoot. We have I can try and answer, but there are other people who have been using the page. They could also try and answer.
Yeah. I do options and everything, but just looking at the tool and how to use it and stuff like that. Yeah, I probably need to toggle it myself to get a better understanding. But yeah, a lot of things it makes sense how you set up a trade and how you put in this stop loss or exit strategy right away. So that's
okay. So when you play around, I think you could do this. I think this is going to be fun because you already are into options, so you don't have to go to the basics. So this is the heart of the whole thing, the investment settings right here. And if you click them, I don't know if you can see because I thought you were, but you could at least see them.
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay. So if you go to the investment settings, of course, you could use the default ones, which are here, and then start from there for the 3 sets that we talked about. But if you go down, you can actually play around with each one of those. So for example, you could change your target profit per trade or your target buy limit per trade. So target profit per trade is self-explanatory. So if it's 100%, you're basically looking at doubling your money. If you go to 50%, you are looking at 50% gains. So that's self-explanatory in that sense. And then this number is kind of tricky because if you move the target buy limit ball to the right like this, then you are basically going more and more aggressive in terms of you will buy options. You will end up getting options suggestions which are high implied volatility and sort of more expensive than if you stay to the left. So that's the purpose of this one.
And that's what is driving what gets to your dashboard.
That's right. So this one right here. So you can move this around. You could change a stop loss, but I typically don't use a stop loss, but you could actually simulate it. You could go to 20% stop loss, which means that you will sell it if you lose 80% of your money, or 35% stop loss. It keeps changing. And then in that case, you will sell if you lose 65% of the money, but I kind of never sell. And then you could change your maximum investment per trade from $250 to a higher number. as you wish. So and then it makes sense for you to change them one by one. So let's try this one first. So we change the target profit. Let's go back and first open the default strategy page. So this is our default strategy for mainline, and let's try and open the page and change just one setting. So you can play around with that. You can change, let's say, target profit per trade from 100% down to 50, and then just click that button, and you can see that your profit target setting got changed here. And then go back to the page and see what happens. So you will still get the same trades because we didn't change the input. You still get 1382 trades. And that was the same number here, but your average profit reduced from $94 when you were looking to doubling your money per trade to 62. But your win ratio improved to 65%, because you were kind of, it's a much better bet in terms of win ratio, right, versus 54%. So you can do all those simulations, and then the web page will update itself depending upon what you're trying. You can also do this with other settings. So for example, if you change this number from the stop loss from 5% to 20%, let's see what happens. And let's open this again. So now this is assuming that you are kind of getting out of the trade if you lose 80% of your money, and then you can see that the average profit actually decreased further from 62. It came down to 44.
Also the win ratio.
The win ratio also went down. You're right. So basically there were those 5% trades which went all the way down to less than 80%, or less than 20% of your original investment, and then came back up and became winners. So that's why I never use a stop loss. I mean, I put the money, put the target sell price, and forget about it. So that's how it plays.
Is there a way to put our commissions added to this?
So I'm using Robinhood, so there are no commissions there.
Oh, they have options? Okay.
They do have options, so you can try them. And some people keep telling me that the price that they get on Robinhood is sort of different than the price that they get on iBroker, and that's how they charge commissions. But typically, because I have both accounts, I haven't found that to be true in general. I mean, in general, what I've seen is that the price on Robinhood, and I've been taking screenshots of my particular trades. So if I have to make a trade, I'll kind of go on Robinhood, make the trade entry and look at the bid and ask, and then go to iBroker and take the make the trade entry and look at the bid and ask. I've been collecting snapshots. They are quite similar. I mean, a cent here or there. So I mean, Robinhood has no commission, so you could use that. Or you could assume that you are losing $10 on every trade. So you could make that broad brush assumption, which means all these numbers go down by 13,800 sort of from here over 2 years.
So Robinhood, does it have like advanced options, or just the calls, puts, and
it has calls and puts. It doesn't have strategies. So if you are doing strategies, you have to do it on your own. So you have to it won't build.
Oh, you have to build it yourself. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what this is about. Hopefully you can do some simulations and profit from it. And if you have some ideas, let us know, because we have been kind of taking the feedback in from everybody, and it's becoming better as a result of that. So are you in the WhatsApp group as well?
No, I usually not that. Yeah, I don't use social media much.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, I don't want it to control me, so I try to.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of we just use it for it's sort of a chest beating.
I have it, but yeah, I mean, I have it, yes.
Okay.
But I don't often check it like daily or
Yeah, don't worry. I mean, if it's not necessary, as long as the key is to, if you like it and if you understand the strategies, just start using them. But just the key is to kind of statistically make most of the trades. And if you can't make these many trades, then use a different setup by changing your investment settings, and you could.
I mean, trades is not a problem. I do a lot of day trading and stuff. So
okay, perfect.
That's 3 months probably for me, 3-4 months.
Okay. So yeah, then you can actually go higher as well. So if you can make as many trades as you can if you have automated. There are a couple of hedge funds who are using it in Dallas, and they kind of look at the trades and just use it in an automated fashion without even looking at the investment. I mean, there is nobody making it, no person making it. There is a program making these trades.
Bots. Okay.
Yeah, so there are bots. So they are using it in that way. So you can do whatever.
Yes, it's nice information. I just need to research some time and see what's on that. Because I looked at the first time, but I could not get a sense of, okay, what is all this stuff? So
yeah. I hope that became clear at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, guys. Any other question? Any other comment? Okay, it seems no. I mean, if you guys are not investing, then maybe try on TurboPax. That's where I am. I'm on default strategies because I typically I can't make too many trades. I'm kind of busy doing other stuff. So I'm still trying to make TurboPax happen, and it's been doing well for a while. So use them. And if you see a bug, let me know. If you see anything that's not working out for you in terms of process, let us know, and we'll try and figure it out. So hopefully have a good rest of your week.
Thanks, Ash.
Thank you, and you the same.
Take care.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.